Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just want to do a recap of Michigan's destruction of Wisconsin. If you did not see this game, you gotta watch it. It was just crazy. Start off with a stat right at the end of ESPN. They had it. Michigan is the first team ever in college basketball history to win 3 straight games versus ranked opponents by 19 plus points. Insane. Michigan squad led by Juwan Howard is just on fire. Good old En Fuego for those who watched NBA basketball in the 90s. Just crazy. These guys are playing so good. And it just is led by the defense too. Another stat. Michigan had a 36-3 point run from about the 6:19 mark in the first half till, I don't know when it officially ended. In the, probably the first 7-8 minutes of the second half. Just crazy, outstanding defense. They were all over Wisconsin, pressing them. Tremendous defense led by the starters. The backups coming in off the bench just continued it. It was great to see Austin Davis came back. He was listed as questionable, and he came in and got a couple baskets, I think it was. You also had Chandy Brown, Mr. Energy. Just outstanding stat-wise. Livers, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Dickinson, only 2 points in the first half. I've really noticed a lot where Michigan focuses on getting him the ball, getting him in good position to score in the second half, especially at the start of the second half. And he only had 2 points in the first half. He seemed to be really pressing. And I think it was really a really good move. Howard kind of pulled him out. Kind of let him refresh. Davis came in right as the backup, and it just kind of let him reset. He came back and was a much better part of the offense. He only scored 2 points in the first half, but he played much better after he just sat down, collected his thoughts. The second half, 10 points, so he finished with 12 points on the game. He had, I think 6 rebounds or so like that. Mike Smith, he had a poor first 4 or 5 minutes, and then he just clicked the rest of the night. He had a wonderful step-back three-pointer in the first half. He finished with 16 points and 6 assists. Just outstanding. Sorry, I had to move one of my kids' toys. It was on my foot. And then Wagner. Totally the star of the game. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals. He is so long. He gets his hands in the passing lane all the time. Even though he only doesn't get all the steals, he's deflecting passes. He's knocking the balls out of bounds. The blocks. So many blocks. Michigan had 6 blocks in the first half. They probably finished with about 10 for the game. That's one stat I should have looked up. I did not look up how many stats Michigan had in the whole game. They were just swarming all over the glass, blocking shots. Go back to the beginning. It was a great first 14-ish minutes of the game. It was 26-23, I think it was. Michigan had the lead and a timeout under 8 timeout or something like that. And it was just back and forth, wonderful curls, great drives. Michigan, Wisconsin, it was setting up to be an epically great game. And then Michigan just turned it on. They just started getting stops. They started getting open threes that they were hitting. I think they finished over 50% for threes on 6 and 11 on three-pointers, something like that. That might have been in the first half. If I have my stat wrong, I apologize. And it was just outstanding. Now, if you have a chance to see this game, maybe you'll see the highlights. I have to say there were 2 dunks of the game. The first one, and it takes a lot to overcome this one, but Franz Wagner, he got the ball at the three-point line and just drove just a straight line right to the hoop and slammed it home. It's just his speed, his utter speed is just incredible. He just bursts all over the floor. He goes in, just bursts right down the lane for a layup. He just, swipes in to steal a ball. His speed, you just don't think it. All of a sudden, boom, he just goes. But, number 1 dunk of the night. Isaiah Livers did a fade-back jump shot. It rimmed out, and no one blocked out Chandy Brown Jr. Just came down and just slammed it two-hand. He was all fired up. The whole team was fired up. He went back on the ground and started doing a little foot stomp thing. And man, I thought he was going to get a T just because of his reputation. But no, he didn't get a T. But that's the dunk of the night. It was in the second half. If you can find that one, I bet it'll be in the highlight reels. Just the energy that he brings to this team, and the whole team's playing with energy. They're feeding off each other. ESPN did a great job of showing the sideline, showing the team, the bench players all fired up, the bench players totally enjoying the game, and it's feeding on itself. The team is just clicking right now. What do I take away from this game in the big picture? Michigan is forcing teams to shoot the three, and if they're not hitting the threes, it's going to be a blowout really fast. Michigan's defense on twos is top-notch, and if you're not hitting your three-pointers, like Wisconsin didn't hit much of their three-pointers the first 3 quarters of the game, Michigan's just going to pull away from you. Wisconsin brought it back from like a 40-point deficit to about a 28, 32, somewhere in that range by hitting like 3 straight three-pointers on possessions. Boom, boom, boom. And it got down about 30 points, and then that's where it just stayed. And then the last 4 minutes, Howard emptied the benches. So if you're not going to hit your threes consistently, Michigan's going to just pull away. Second fact, Michigan is just so well balanced. Livers came out fully engaged to start the game. I think he scored 7 of his 13 points in the first 4 or 5 minutes. Just hit some clutch threes. Then you have Wagner. Now, here's a question I have for you guys. Dan Dockich said that he thought Wagner was the number 1 prospect in the Big Ten. Do you agree with that? Now, I would have to watch more of Luke Garza's game, especially as he becomes more of a big man that can shoot the three-pointer. But definitely, I would have to put Wagner in the top couple, 3, maybe 4 at worst. But the one who I could see definitely being higher than him would be Luke Garza of Iowa. But what do you guys think? Is Wagner the number 1 NBA draft talent in the Big Ten? Dan Dockich thinks so. What do you guys think? Man, these videos are fun. Watching this game play is a hoot, man. Woo! 3 straight wins versus ranked teams by 19 plus points. It's almost like I can't believe what I'm watching. They just start clicking, draining threes, getting fast breaks, getting steals, like cleaning up the boards. Dickinson had a ho-hum double-digit game, and it's like no big deal. That's what I love. This team is so balanced. It's so much fun. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Let me know your comments below. What do you think about this team? Any other thoughts, let me know. And until I catch you guys next time, go blue!